few minutes.
Okay, you good? Okay, the TV? Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Thank you so much for coming. My name is Sharon Sasaki, and I'm pleased to be the chairperson for today's service. So how was your summer? Are you enjoying summer? Well, the fact that you're all here means that you're Genki and you're doing well. I am enjoying the summer. Last week I had some friends here in San Diego for our 60th, to kind of commemorate our 60th birthdays this year. And 10 years ago, we did our 50th in Hawaii. This year, we did a staycation for me in San Diego. And having them visit made me realize that San Diego is a nice place for a staycation. If you haven't done it, doing things like going to Torrey Pines Beach, and you can get a free state parks pass at the public library. So plug for that. And we did the San Diego Zoo, which was really fun. I haven't done it in years. We also did a lavender farm out in Ramona, and there's a camel dairy. Has anyone been there before? Yeah, so I have a renewed appreciation for lavender. You can pick your own lavender and bring home a bouquet, and you don't even have to put water in it, which is great. And the tiniest sprig of lavender, when you rub it between your fingers, has a beautiful, intense scent. So it's just, yeah, I would recommend, and like I said, I'm sure you all already know about lavender, but I'm late to come to learn about how wonderful it is. So yeah, enjoy your summer staycation in San Diego. So at this time, Reverend Davenport will lead us in silent meditation.
Rare is it to receive life in human form, yet now I have received it. Rare is it to hear the Buddha Dharma, yet now I have heard it. Unless I cross this elusive world in the present life, in what life could I possibly cross it? Let us assemble together and take refuge in the three treasures with deep sincerity. Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
At this time, Reverend Davenport will lead us in Sutra Chanting, Jusei Ge, which is on page 34 of the service book.
Gagon Chosegan Ishimu Jodo Shigan shoga ga omuroko fui dai seshu fusai shobengu se fujo shoga ga shi jobundo myo sho choji po kukyo mi shomon se fujo shoga ryokujin shonen jo eshu bongyo shigu mujodo isho tenin shi jinriki enai ko fusho musaido shoujo san kumyo kosai shuyakunan kai hichi egen meshi kon moan hesoku sho akudo sudan zen shumon koso jo manzo ioro jipo nichigan shujuki tenko on pugen ishu kai hozo kose kudoku ho jo dai shuchu seppo shishiku kuyo isai boots gusoku shutoku hon gane shinjo man toku isan gaio nyobun mugechi sudan mi fusho gangaku eri toshi sai shoson shiganya koka naisen no kando koku shotenin to uchin myoke namanda Ojo Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
At this time, we have a special musical offering. So you're all lucky that you're here today for this special musical offering. It will be by Mrs. Jackie Catino Davenport, accompanied by Robert Yamamoto. The song Memories by Maroon 5. And following the musical offering, Reverend Davenport will present a Dharma message.
Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones who were lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feels like December when somebody says your name, 'cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Everything gonna be alright. Go and raise your glass and say, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones who were lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Do 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 do. Bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost, when I felt all the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feels like an ember, and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you that you know will never drop. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Everything gonna be alright. Go and raise your glass and say, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones who were lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And memories bring back you. Do 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 do. Memories bring back you.
Please join me in Gassho as I read the words of Shinran Shonin from Jodo Wasan number 4. The light of wisdom exceeds all measure, and every finite living being receives this illumination that is like the dawn. So take refuge in Amida, the true and real light. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jackie, for singing such a lovely song. I wanted to share the song with you guys all today, everyone here and on Zoom land or YouTube, because this is a really popular song by Maroon 5 called Memories. It was written post-COVID because they lost one of their deep band members and friends. And when you listen to the lyrics and reflect on remembering people who have been part of our lives, especially those who are no longer physically here with us, you can hear a lot of passion in the song, a lot of remembrance, a lot of feelings. And I think we can all relate to this song because memories have an interesting way of appearing when we least expect them. Sometimes it's a song that they enjoyed that reminds us of them, a photograph, a familiar smell in the kitchen, or an old book sitting on a shelf that you used to read with them. Suddenly, someone we've missed for so long comes rushing back to us, feeling close to us in this moment. And as we approach Obon and our Hatsubon service coming up in August, I would like us to consider a question, and it'll be the theme of my talk today. And that is, how can the memories of those who came before us illuminate the way we live today and into the future? And this is a funny cartoon. This is not how we want to remember memories, but oftentimes we do. And it's a young boy and his grandpa, and they're walking, and he says, "Why do we have to go for a hike, Grandpa?" And he says, "We're making memories that you'll remember long after I'm gone. But I'm hot and tired, and mosquitoes are biting me, and my feet hurt." I didn't say they were all going to be great memories. So this is a good example. A lot of times when we're experiencing a moment in our life, we can't truly appreciate it for what it is until it's far removed from the situation. You know, things that might be unpleasant at the moment might be our most fondest memories of those who are no longer with us, and we wish to relive those moments over and over again. So when I think about this song, Memories, I think about my grandmother who passed away last year. And lately, I've been reminded of her even more as I watch my son, Valen, interact with his own grandma, Pat, Jackie's mom. Because in my family, my grandmother was the matriarch of our family. She held the family together, planned family vacations, all the holidays were at her house. So she was the central figure, the linchpin that held our family together. And when I was growing up, we spent almost every day after school at her house. I grew up in a single-father household, so me and my brother were both raised by our grandparents for the most part while my dad was at work. And one thing I would especially remember is that she would make us read every day after school in elementary school. And you know, I wish I could tell you I was so excited about those moments to read every day after school. I was always looking for the best book. But that would not be true, because at that age in elementary school, I developed a very different system, a very efficient system for me. I had a book, I brought it today, called The Real Mother Goose. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It was written in 1917, and they've reprinted it every couple of decades. And this book is really great, especially when you're a very young kid who has to read every day. What makes it so great is that everything in here can be read in less than 10 seconds. So when I was a little kid, reading was an opportunity to get through something really, really fast so I could go watch TV with my brother, because we didn't have TV at the house. So my grandmother's goal at the time was to develop our love for reading, to get us passionate about reading, to help us with our phonics, and to make us more better students as we grew up. My goal at the time was just to be done reading and just get out and do things outside. Okay. But the interesting thing is, I still have this book. When she passed, this was the first thing I looked for in our bookcase, because I have the best memories of reading these stories to my grandmother. They're nursery rhymes, really short stories, and they just really make me think of her all those times that I was forced to read and spend time with my grandmother. And so decades later, I still have this book. And I have fond memories besides this of my grandmother, besides just reading. My grandmother is one that taught me to play Rummikub. It's my favorite game of all time. If you've never played it, you're missing out. It's amazing. It's complicated, it's got a little math in it, but it's great. She also encouraged me to take dance lessons and to be a dancer. She took me camping in Oak Glen, and she helped me to learn how to bake. And I loved baking. Nowadays, I don't do very much baking because Pat and Jackie do all the baking, which is still good. But one of the other core memories I have of my grandmother, and I reminisced with my brother with this recently, was that back in the early 2000s, if you can remember that far away, back in the early 2000s, the internet wasn't a big thing. Advertising on TV was there, but movies weren't really heavily advertised as they are now. You can see movies on YouTube, Pandora, everything. And in the early 2000s, me and my brother had never seen a scary movie before. Like those really scary horror movie type things. And so somehow in our high school years, we convinced my grandmother to take us to an R-rated horror movie. I know, it sounds really funny, but at that time, we had never seen one, so we were like, oh, come on, Grandma, take us to this movie. It'll be fun. And she sat through the entire thing. She didn't make us go home. She didn't tell us to leave. She just sat through the whole thing. And it was a really scary movie. I've never seen anything like that before. And on the drive home, I remember asking her, what's your movie review? And she goes, I am never taking you two to one of these things again. And believe it, she never did. So today, I don't really go out to scary movies anymore, but I still love camping. I still play Rummikub, even with Jackie's family. I still dance when I get an opportunity to. And I occasionally bake if I get the chance. But when I think about all these things, I realize something more important, that my grandmother is still influencing the way I live today. Her lessons did not disappear when she passed away. Her compassion did not disappear as well. They continue to this day through me. And now some of them will continue through my experiences with my own son. That is why I shared this quote earlier about Shinran in the Jodo Wasan. He says, the light of wisdom exceeds all measure. Every finite living being receives this illumination that is like the dawn. And I like this analogy of the dawn because when dawn comes, suddenly we get to see everything around us. But when you think about it, it was always there to begin with. We just didn't have the light to see it. And I believe memories serve like that dawn. They reveal our past experiences and how those past experiences shape our current spiritual journey through life and our growth. As a child, I certainly wasn't thinking, my grandmother is creating an important intergenerational tradition by reading every day. I was just thinking, how can I get to the TV faster? But years later, I see these moments differently. I see that she had patience, she had care, and she took the time that she gave with us. And those ordinary afternoons reading this book and other books and times I spent with her shaped me to the person I am today. And like many of you, I'm sure people in your family did the same. Gave you their time, their energy, spent afternoons with you, maybe doing things that you weren't excited about, but I'm sure you'll look back fondly with them and get to appreciate all the time you did have with them. This is one reason why for Obon, it's such a meaningful event. It invites us to remember, but not just to remember and to look backward. It shines a light on our memories that illuminates how we live today. Our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, friends, and countless others who have shared moments in our lives. Sometimes we don't recognize the influence that they've had on us until many years have passed. But in our Jodo Shinshu tradition, we understand that those who attain birth in the Pure Land attain Buddhahood and work compassionately for the awakening of those who still live. In this way, we can think of our memories as small bodhisattvas, guiding us to our own enlightenment every day, shaping us who we are and giving us more compassion in every moment. Decades later, you might live these same experiences. You might play family games. You might read a book that you've read once before. And you might start these traditions back up again, the lessons that you didn't appreciate at the moment, but now relish when you look back at them. In that moment, this lesson continues. Their light continues to shine a new dawn every day for you. And this is especially meaningful as we go into our service in August. I hope these memories may still be fresh, although they might bring sadness and grief for those of us who recently lost someone in the year. That's why we have the Hatsuban service. But they also open a space for our feelings of comfort and acceptance to arise within us, no matter how fresh our loss may be, no matter how far away it might have been. Along our sadness, we can also have gratitude. We can continue their traditions and remember how fortunate we were to know these people, how fortunate we were to receive something from their lives, and how fortunate we are to get what they gave to us and continue living in that way in some semblance. So when I think back to our question, how can the memories of those who came before us illuminate the way we live today? They illuminate our lives when memory becomes more than nostalgia. When we remember their kindness and share that kindness with others in our life here and now. When we remember someone's generosity and we become more generous ourselves. And when we remember the opportunities they gave to us and the time they spent with us, and we create those same opportunities and moments for other people in our life. By remembering these acts of kindness and remembering their time and remembering our memories of them, I hope that it changes our viewpoint on how our time is spent. You know, memories of our grandparents especially are going to be unique because we all have different opportunities to experience what it's like to be with them. In my life, I only knew my grandparents on my dad's side. But I think this is going to be a great experience for all of us, to spend time with those we have and to reflect on what they gave to us. You know, I hope with my own son that he remembers his grandparents. Hopefully he'll learn how to camp, play games, bake, learn family traditions. He can probably skip over the R-rated movie part of his life. But someday I hope that he picks up this book, reads it to himself, reads it to his own grandparents, or maybe even reads it with his own kids if he has kids someday. Because this is a path of illumination. As Shinran reminds us, we all receive this illumination, this wisdom. We just have to recognize that it's there. Remember that Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion helps us see the truth that we easily forget in everyday moments. That truth is we did not get here all by ourselves. We got here through the countless lives and compassion of those who supported us, who teach us, who show us kindness. And when we recognize that compassion, the Nimbutsu is a simple expression that comes to our mind. It's a symbol of gratitude, our recognition that our lives are embraced by the wisdom, compassion greater than our own. It allows us to change our perspective from please give me more time with this person to thank you for the time that we had. And perhaps at the end of the day, our memories are one way that time reaches us and illuminates our dawn, through a song that we hear, through a photograph of them, through a game like Rummikub, a camping trip, or a book. And we have the opportunity to remember we may no longer walk beside them, but as they once did, but the light that they give us is countless and continues. And when we receive that light with gratitude and pass it forward, it can illuminate the lives of those who come after us. This is how our memories guide us today and into the future. This is the light we receive from those that love us and that we love, and that is the light that we can pass on to others through continuing these traditions, even if we didn't appreciate them at the time. You know, the song that Jackie sung earlier, there's a great line that I think resonates with the wasan I shared earlier. Then our hearts can feel like an ember and light up in the dark as we carry these torches for those who've lost along the way, and we never drop them. Just like the Jodo Shinshu teaching that I shared earlier, they become a light and a beacon that illuminates our life and an opportunity for us to reach our own happiness, gratitude, compassion, and enlightenment. Please join me in one final gassho as I read the words of Shinran Shonin and the Jodo Wasan. The light of wisdom exceeds all measure, and every finite living being receives this illumination that is like the dawn. So take refuge in Amida, the true and real light. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you so much, Reverend Davenport, for the very moving Dharma message and very meaningful at Obon time as we're remembering the loved ones, our loved ones who have passed away. I appreciate your sharing your personal memories of your grandmother, which I think for everyone here makes us think about, our parents or grandparents who have passed and the amazing memories, some similar to yours, like games or movies. And then we all have our unique experiences, which are just really do help us appreciate and come back to the Dharma and help us realize that they are still here with us. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, Jackie, for the beautiful singing and Robert for accompanying. That was really special. Thank you. At this time, could everyone please rise for the singing of Gatha Ondoksan 2, which is on page 128. And before we start to sing, we will read together the English translation of Ondoksan, which I believe is on the page right next to it. Let's see, 128. So page 129, the English translation of Ondoksan. We can read it together. The debt of gratitude I owe to Amida's great compassion. I will proclaim until my life disintegrates into dust. The debt of gratitude I owe to my Dharma teachers. I will express until my bodily form is finally shattered. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Please remain standing for the recitation together of gratitude for the Jodo Shinshu teaching, which is the insert inside I believe it's glued in the back of the book on the paper insert. I hope you've all found it. Gratitude for the Jodo Shinshu teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Entrust yourself to me. I will liberate you just as you are. This is the calling voice of Amida. My blind passions are embraced in the Buddha's awakening. So the Buddha calls to me. I will liberate you just as you are. Gratefully responding to the Buddha's call, I find that I am already on the path that leads to the Pure Land, and the Nembutsu flows freely from my thankful heart. Living with the Dharma as my guide, softens my rigid heart and mind. Gratitude for the gift of life I have received frees me from becoming lost in greed and anger, and allows me to share a warm smile and speak gentle words. Sharing in the joy and sadness of others, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 You may be seated. Let's see. So I have a few announcements, and if anyone else has announcements to share, go ahead and come up. So the first that I wanted to share is the Buddhist temple. This is from Arturo. The Buddhist Temple of San Diego and the Dana Group would like to thank temple members and Dharma friends who supported our 2026 school supplies donation drive with in-kind and monetary donations. The donation drive officially closed on July 12th, and all donated and purchased school supplies were delivered to Hope for San Diego on July 13th. Hope for San Diego received a wonderful mix of scissors, crayons, notebooks, glue, and other school items. Our donations will be put into backpacks by Hope for San Diego and will be delivered to underserved students later this month. Thank you so much for your generosity. So that's from Arturo. Coming up on August 29th, that's a Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., you are all invited to a tri-temple seminar. So that's, the tri-temples are ourselves, the Vista Buddhist Temple, and the Orange County Buddhist Church. And the title of the seminar is the MA program, the Minister's Assistant Program, Receiving the Dharma and Supporting the Sangha. And we have a special guest speaker for the seminar, which will be Reverend Michael Jones of the San Jose Buddhist Church. He will be the keynote speaker and panelist. And we also have a panel discussion, which will include Reverend Noriko Kawai, who's here, Arturo Rubio, Yukari Williams, and myself, and moderated by Reverend Davenport. It's free to attend. If you would like to have lunch, a bento lunch, that will be $25, but anyone is welcome to attend for free for the registration. So I hope you'll join us for that. And the last announcement that I had is regarding the Kieshiki affirmation ceremony. So if you'd like to receive a Dharma name or Homyo, while Bishop Harada is here for our 100th anniversary, please sign up in our office downstairs by next Sunday. So this is a special opportunity to receive a Dharma name if you don't already have one. So we invite everyone to participate in that. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. As Reverend Sterling mentioned within his Dharma talk, we are getting set for our Obon Festival, which is going to take place Saturday, August 1st. Our guest speaker for our service is going to be the Rinban Reverend Yuki Sugahara from the Sacramento Betsuin. That service, along with our Hatsubon at the same time, will take place at 2 o'clock, and then the dancing will follow at 6:30. In preparation for the dancing, we're having our Odori practices going on both Sundays and Wednesdays. Sundays after service, including today, and then Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And all those practices will be in the Annex Hall leading up to our Obon Festival. Thank you.
Thank you, Brevin. I'm Bill, speaking for Buddhist education and community education. This coming Saturday, July 25th at 3 p.m., we'll be having an all-new Shukatsu seminar on aging in place. If some of you are looking ahead to planning for the latter part of your life or even the end of life, These are wonderful resources that we discussed that I encourage you to attend. Absolutely free, but we just ask that you sign up or let the temple know. There's a sign-up sheet down in the office. Thank you very much.
Good morning, all y'all. Just a quickie reminder that the Obonigen shop is going to be open every Sunday prior to the Bonodori itself for, I don't know how long. We're open right now. We don't have everything priced. We have things that you can wear, appropriate things. We have some inappropriate things you could wear as well. So because it is come as you are. And things are, everything benefits the scholarship fund. We've been giving to this fund all our proceeds for about 30 years, and we've made $1 trillion gazillion. So please continue to enlarge our wardrobe and help us out in that way. Thank you so much.
Today is the last day to get the t-shirts, the Obon t-shirts. So get the t-shirts. Yeah. Order forms are downstairs.
Hopefully this is the last announcement. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all here. There's a food drive we're having, so bring your canned foods and non-perishables before August 9th. It looks like there's one more announcement. Sorry.
Good morning. I just wanted to acknowledge every once in a while we have new visitors here. And we have Miss Yassine and her little daughter, Julia, outside. So if you do see them downstairs in hospitality, make sure to introduce yourself. And Miss Yassine and Julia, could you stand up and just wave to us? Welcome to our temple for the first time.
Thank you, Norman, and yes, welcome to any visitors who are here for the first time. Thank you. So at this time, I would like to thank Reverend Davenport for his wonderful Dharma message and for leading today's service, Yukari Williams and Bill Teague for your help in setting up the Onaijin and leading our chanting service. Plug for the chanting service, 9 a.m. before the service starts. It's a wonderful way of practicing chanting, participating in chanting, and we chant Shoshinge, which is considered the most significant chanting that we do in Jodo Shinshu. It's the words of appreciation by the founder of our tradition, Shinran Shonin. So at this time, please join me in closing meditation. Gasho. Only when we are shone upon from the outside and view ourselves mirrored in that light, only then, for the first time, are we able to see a complete picture of ourselves. The light of the Buddha's higher wisdom alone reaches to the very base of our being. It allows us to see our delusion for what it is. This is because the Buddha's higher wisdom enters us fully and opens our hearts. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. thank you everyone for coming today. You are welcome to offer incense as you depart. I believe there is hospitality downstairs, so we can gather socially and get to know each other better, as well as odori practice. So hope to see you there in the annex, unless you're going to watch the World Cup, but you can do that. You can go to odori practice, then go watch the World Cup. Thank you.